Okay, you guys, air fryer spicy chicken sandwich. Start off by brining your chicken in pickle juice and hot sauce. After 1 hour, you're gonna go ahead and drain and then coat your chicken with a beaten egg. Make sure you are double dredging for that extra sexy crispiness. You're gonna go ahead and use this sauce because this sauce is fire. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this classic by just using pickles on a brioche bun.
These strawberry crunch cupcakes are my best sellers, and I'm gonna teach you how to make them. Starting off with 2 sticks of butter and 2 cups of sugar. Gradually add 4 eggs. Once that's mixed, I go ahead and add a tablespoon of vanilla extract and red food coloring. For my dry ingredients, I'm using 2 cups of flour, 2½ teaspoons of baking powder. Alternate adding your dry ingredients and your buttermilk, which I use 1 cup of buttermilk. Then bake these at 350 for about 20 minutes. Now for the vanilla buttercream, I'm using 2 sticks of butter, around 4 to 5 cups of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Now go ahead and come back for part 2.
Buffalo chicken stir fry. We start with the marinade. And as that melts, we'll add, boom, Frank's Red Hot Original. And we'll dump it in. Oh, let's go all of it. And we mix. Now our chicken and our celery. And then we'll add some of the marinade, which is now cooled a bit. All right, this goes off to the side. So here's how this goes down. And the first thing in will be our celery. Next in is our chicken, like that. And when it's cooked through just and looks like this, then we're gonna add our noodles. And we're using udon. We're doing well here, folks. And now, remember our extra sauce? Let's put that in. Some crumbled blue cheese. We're ready to finish this off. I wanna get some of this in my little bowl. Tiny bit more blue cheese. A little bit of our ranch, and let's eat this. Okay, one of the greatest things. I'm not kidding. This.
Hello and welcome to the Salad Lab, where we're making fabulous salads every day. Today we're making Neiman Marcus's lump crab Cobb salad with avocado oil, white wine vinegar, a little lemon juice, salt and pepper, cocktail sauce. Fresh herbs, we just have a little parsley and dill. Base, it's baby gem, pickled red onions, bacon, avocado, heirloom tomatoes, boiled farm fresh eggs, and this crab finally in season on the West Coast. Oh, this is so good. This will be a good one for Valentine's Day. And I'm having it with Boletto Brut Rosé Sparkling. Enjoy.
So let's make a baked goat cheese vodka sauce instead. Start with cherry tomatoes in a casserole dish, block of goat cheese, drizzle with olive oil, balsamic vinegar, drizzle of honey. We're gonna add in some garlic cloves, thyme sprigs, ground sumac, crushed red pepper, a Sandra Lee amount of vodka, and a ton of kosher salt. Give it a good old shimmy, pop it in a 325 oven for an hour. Then we're gonna mash it up and pour it over a pound of cooked orecchiette pasta. Stir it till it sounds like wop, and you got the creamiest pasta perfection ever.
Let's make a homemade burrata. We're gonna start off by dicing up some mozzarella, and we're gonna add that to a bowl and then add some hot water to soften the cheese. Then we're gonna mix up some ricotta with some minced garlic and pepper. Once the cheese is softened, you're gonna flatten that out and then add that ricotta mixture to it. We're gonna fold that in and chill it for about an hour. I decided to pair this with some homemade artesian rosemary bread. Then I like to serve it up with a little bit of pesto, some arugula, put some balsamic glaze on that, and some olive oil. Add some roasted tomatoes to that, and there you go. Enjoy. This stuff is so addicting.
I'm going to share my mum's secrets on how to make the crispiest and best crumb chicken, so you're just going to have to trust us on this one. Crack 4 eggs into a shallow bowl and whisk together with water and crushed garlic cloves and leave to marinate. Cut the tenderloin off the chicken breast, and then using a sharp knife, cut the chicken breast in half crosswise. Place that chicken breast in between 2 pieces of glad wrap, and then use the smooth side of a mallet to pound it out until it's an even size of thickness. For the breadcrumbs, we need some finely chopped parsley and rosemary, and add it to a blender with that torn up stale bread. Blend until you have a chunky texture. Whisk together some flour and salt, and begin crumbing your chicken by placing it into the flour, then placing it into the egg wash, and then generously coating it in those chunky breadcrumbs. Add a generous amount of olive oil to a pan and fry that chicken until it's crispy and golden. Dip it into a dipping sauce of your choice and
All right, guys, we're making pizza bowls for dinner tonight. I'm using Rayo's pizza sauce. It has the lowest carbs out of any pizza sauce I found. So first things first, you're gonna add a little bit of sauce to the bottom of your bowl. Next, you're gonna add your mozzarella cheese and some Italian seasoning and your toppings. I'm gonna add green peppers, onions, mushrooms, banana peppers, and pepperoni to mine. You can really add whatever pizza toppings you have laying around. A lot of people like to use black olives or sausage, whatever you have. And in case you're wondering, I got these tin bowls from Target, but I know the Dollar Tree sells them as well. I just wasn't near the Dollar Tree, so this was easier. And then I'm gonna drizzle just a little bit more pizza sauce on top of this and top it with more mozzarella cheese. Add a little Parmesan cheese, bake at 425 for 15 to 20 minutes. All right, guys, and there you have it. You can even layer this more if you want a more heartier bowl. And
Slow cooker chicken parmesan is so yummy and easy. Pour some sauce in the bottom of your crock pot. Roll your chicken breast in milk, breadcrumbs, and parmesan, and then place them into your crock pot. Pour the rest of your sauce on top, and then layer with provolone, mozzarella, and Parmesan cheese. Then you're going to want to cook it on low for about 3 to 4 hours, or on high for 2 hours. Then you want to shred it and serve with pasta. It's so yummy.
My go-to snack, crispy, chewy, flaky Chinese scallion pancakes. In a large bowl, measure out 300 grams of flour and a teaspoon of salt. Now add in 185 grams of water until it all comes together like this. Pro tip, I use an old hotel card to scrape out my bowls. This is important. You want to knead it for at least 10 minutes. It should be nice and smooth. Place it in a grease bowl and let it rest for an hour. After, you want to cut it into 4 pieces and then roll it out. The key is rolling it out extremely thin. It should be see-through. Use your hands to get under there and stretch it. Now brush on 2 tablespoons of sesame oil and some Chinese 5-spice. Sprinkle with some sliced scallions and then fold and roll till you have a nice coil. Let it rest so it's easier to roll out, but it needs to be at least 10 inches. Now cook it in a cast iron with a huge splash of oil till it's nice and brown on both sides. Now that is a delicious bite. Extremely flavorful, chewy, crispy, and flaky. Save this video for later and do at me if you try it. The full recipe is on my website because I'm telling you, this is...
Here's the how-to on making a giant, soft, stadium-style pretzel at home for the big game. To make our dough, we're starting with warm water, sugar, yeast, a few cups of flour, letting that go in the stand mixer until it pulls off the bowl. Then we're gonna let it rest for at least an hour. After it proofs, we're gonna roll it out, roll, until we get a really long log. Then we're gonna give it 2 twists, take our bottoms, connect it to the top of the pretzel, our baking soda solution. We're gonna boil the pretzel for 90 seconds per side. Then we're gonna flip it. Here we go, another 90 seconds. Then we're gonna pull it out, transfer it to a cast iron, add melted butter, some coarse kosher salt. This is gonna go on the Traeger, 425 for about 18 to 20 minutes. Let's pull it off. It's looking golden brown, looks delicious. And then we made a beer cheese dipping sauce.
Place 1 can of biscuits at the bottom of your casserole dish. Crack 6 eggs into a jar. Mix and pour over top of your biscuits. Make sausage gravy. Brown your sausage about 1 pound, 1/4 cup of flour, and 2.5 cups of milk. Simmer till it's thick. Spread over top of eggs. Sprinkle with cheese and bake for 350 for 30 minutes.
Spicy pink sauce, here we go. Grab 1 large onion, chop it up, 5 tablespoons of butter. Add your onions, cook for an hour and a half. Seems like forever, it's worth it. 1 large can of San Marzano tomatoes, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, mix it around. Time for the spice, 1 to 2 tablespoons of chili paste. Chili flakes, however much spice you can handle. We like it hot. Salt and pepper to taste, add your noodles, mix it around, get those things covered. Stage, take a picture, voila.
Shrimp are the best protein. They're quick to cook and tasty as hell. Rinse and pat dry your shrimp. Toss with olive oil, fresh garlic, dried oregano, Parmesan cheese, fresh lemon juice, salt, and pepper. Roast for 6 minutes at 400 degrees. That's freaking it. You're done. Pair with rice, pasta, or some cocktail sauce. Love your life.
Look, you only need 3 ingredients to make the best fettuccine alfredo of your life. Now let's go! Butter, some fettuccine, and Parmigiano Reggiano. Not to be confused with the American knockoff Parmesan. This is the real stuff, just make sure it's from Italy. Shred your cheese super fine. Be sure to salt that pasta water. Drop the fettuccine. Get out of there, Gilbert. Pasta's been cooking for 7 minutes. Now we're just gonna melt some unsalted butter. Medium heat pan. Make sure you save a couple cups of pasta water before you strain. Okay, pasta's been cooking 9.5 minutes. Add to the butter, add a little pasta water, and we'll start adding in our cheese little by little, and just add little bits of pasta water as needed to maintain that velvety coating. Keep adding your cheese. There you have it, about 2 minutes in the pan and it's done. Plate up, a little more cheese for good measure. As simple as that, my friends. You'll never make it another way. You know I love you and I'm out.
How to make crab rangoon dip. Fresh crab meat, green onion, cream cheese, Japanese mayo, black pepper, soy sauce, sesame oil, mixed together in a container. Cover with mozzarella cheese. Bake at 375 for 25 minutes. Cut the wontons diagonally. Once the oil's hot, add in the wonton wrappers. Fry for 30 seconds on each side. Season with salt. Listen to this crunch. Look at that.